Where saying yes all the time led me. It's your boy Devontae McDowell here. We're back with another video. It's gonna be a nice one. I got my notes, of course, right here. Hope everybody's doing great, having a great day so far. It's a hot one outside. It's about 90 degrees, blazing. Man, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water with lemon, sea salt mixed up in there. Get your electrolytes, get your minerals. But to move forward in this video, like I said, where saying yes all the time has led me. So point number one, man. Saying yes all the time led me to a weed addiction. I want to say from age 10, 11 to 24. Age 10, 11 to 24, man. Really, I want to say I ain't really start indulging in weed like heavy, like high school days, really. But I say that for my first point because when I was 10, 11 years old, that's when weed was introduced to me. I used to live in a neighborhood. It was a trailer park, and my old friends back then, we was just all together hanging out one day. And you know how kids is gonna be kids, just doing a whole bunch of stuff, doing a whole bunch of nothing, just being kids. So we happen to know the weed man in the neighborhood. So we all get together, right? We all got together and we're like, yo, get a couple dollars, let's all put in some money to get a certain amount of weed. I guess we got like a little dime bag or just something to fill a whole blunt up. So we all got our little scrape change together and we go to the weed man's house, and my boy went up and knocked on the door like, yo, can we get a little dime or however much money we had. We was just like, yo, can we get something for this? So we got the weed. And we went to the woods, and we had one of our friends, he knew how to roll up. He rolled it up tight, and we just started smoking. We just was smoking, and I really can't remember what it felt like my first time smoking, like my first time being high. I really can't remember the feeling or how that moment was. But all I know is that day led me down a addiction of I want to do that again and again and again and again, because I knew what it felt like to smoke weed. I knew what it felt like to experience a different experience that I've never felt before. So from that day, moving forward, that's where my addiction came from. From me contributing to the dime bag and saying yes, me putting my energy into finding money just to contribute to that. And that decision alone led me down a rabbit hole of addiction with weed years and years later. Now, if I had said no and I never tapped into smoking weed, I probably never would have had that addiction, you know, but things happen and you learn from it and you grow from it and you adapt from just situations and circumstances. You don't allow your circumstances to make you. You just have to learn from it and grow from it. So that's point number one, man. What saying yes all the time led me to. And point number one was my weed addiction. Point number two, I've ruined so many opportunities, man. I've ruined so many opportunities saying yes all the time. And I say this to say is, I said yes, like I said, to point number one. I said yes to smoking weed. I also said yes to hanging with the wrong crowd. I said yes to all types of things that just drifted my attention and drifted my focus. I've ruined so many opportunities saying yes because I found myself in a space where I knew I shouldn't be doing something, but I did it anyway just to fulfill my own needs and fulfill my own wants in life. I knew that I shouldn't have been tapping into my addiction even more. Now, I'm going to say a story. This is a quick story. I'm not ashamed to share this. But I was supposed to be in the union a couple years ago for electric. I was supposed to be in the union. What ended up happening was I failed my drug test due to me smoking. This is kind of reflecting off of point one, but you guys are going to hear the story. So I knew deep down I wasn't supposed to, continue my habits, my bad habits. But guess what? I did it anyways because I was listening to my own thoughts. I was listening to what I wanted to do. And I wasn't really worried about the potential outcome of my decision making. I've ruined opportunity after opportunity. I didn't stay the course. When I was with my friends, these are different groups of friends. When I was with my friends, I decided that I'm going to smoke again. Now, remind you, I knew that I had a drug test and I knew I was going to go through the interviewing process to get into the union, the whole nine. My friend offered, he said, yo, you trying to smoke? What did I say? Yes. No hesitation. I didn't think for a moment before even making that decision. I didn't say, you know what, I probably shouldn't do this. I said yes. And that yes led me right back down to square number one. It led me back down the path of smoking. And I've ruined the opportunity for me to get into the union because I wanted to, fall into that trap again. I wanted to fulfill my needs. I wanted to get high. The whole nine, man. So I've ruined opportunities, man. So that's what me saying yes led me to, missing that opportunity to get into the union. But I know deep down, there's a different path for me, man, and I'm very humbled to say that. Like I said, I've made many mistakes in my life, but I don't let my mistakes determine my outcome. I just allow myself to grow from it. I learn from it. I build from it. And I just keep moving forward because that's how we're supposed to go, is just move forward. Can't look back. The past don't exist anymore. Only thing that exists right now is the present moment. The future doesn't even exist yet. We are in the future. Each and every second goes by, we're stepping into the future continuously. So that's point number 2, man. Point number 3, and the last point, people pleasing. Saying yes all the time led me to people pleasing. People pleasing so I could fit in the friend groups. People pleasing so I could satisfy one another. I could satisfy a person. I could satisfy that friend. I could satisfy that family member. I could satisfy strangers that doesn't even know me just so I can feel welcomed or feel like I'm part of them. But as I got older, man, I don't need to people please for nothing. What do I need to people please for? It doesn't do anything but drain you. It doesn't do anything but you moving away from your true purpose, you moving further away from where God needs you and wants you at in life. People pleasing is totally against the grain. It's actually a sin to people pleasing. It says in the Bible. I have to find the verse, the scripture, but if you go out your way to people please and it's not genuine from the heart, because think about it like this, when you people please and you're trying to fit in constantly and you're trying to please another person just so they could like you, just so they can open their arms to you more, just so you can have them under your wing, have you under their wing, That's not moving with your heart. That's moving off of emotion. That's moving off of, I want to feel loved. I want to feel welcomed. I want to feel part of the group. I want to feel part of the tribe. That's where it's coming from. It's coming from an emotional standpoint. It's not coming from the heart. And God views our hearts before anything. He views our heart posture. And it's okay to want to have more friends, and it's okay to want to expand your diversity of portfolios when it comes to having different friends and having different relationships with people, but you cannot force it. You cannot go out your way and force people to like you and force people to love you and force people to want to have you in their room, because you're not meant to be in every single person's room. You're not. Some rooms God is blocking you from because he sees way ahead of time than what we see. So it's just all comes down to that. It's not really healthy to people please. Now, if that person is doing something for you and you guys are exchanging the mutual energy and have a mutual understanding with one another, then okay, that's different, because you guys have an understanding and you guys are being friends. You guys are having a mutual understanding on how y'all relationship works, and that's okay. But if you find yourself pouring so much in their bucket and they're not really pouring into your bucket, and you're constantly still trying to pour into their bucket just to try to win them over, you're going to have yourself a long ride with that one, because it's not going to really go far. You're just pretty much draining more out of your tank and filling their tank up. But where's your reserves at? Where's the gas for your tank at? You don't even have gas in your reserves because that's tapped out too. So yeah, man, those are my 3 points of where saying yes all the time led me. It led me to a deep habit of addiction with weed over the years. It led me to a lot of ruined opportunities. And it led me to just people pleasing all types of people through my life. And I don't regret none of it, because it taught me a lot. It shaped me into a different person till this day. And I'm actually very appreciative of all the things that had happened to me in life, as far as those 3 things that I just stated. So we live, we learn, and we grow. That's the first video for y'all today. I'm gonna cook up some more. And I thank you guys for tuning in this far. If you came to this point in the video, thank you for having patience with me. I know sometimes I stutter, sometimes I get caught up with my words. I'm just really working at speaking better, speaking properly, and speaking clear so people could just understand where I'm coming from to the best of my ability. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video.